Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Gabriella. I hope that you're all doing well. In today's video, I will be creating two small paintings, mostly using inks, colored pencils, and some crayons. I'm using my A4 size art creation sketchbook that I like, but it's also not my favorite. I feel like the smaller versions of art creation sketchbooks work better for me. The large one lays flat, which is a plus, but it also buckles very badly, so I haven't decided whether I like it or not, but anyways, that's what we're using today. I'm picking out some dye-based watercolors and dye-based watercolor inks to create a really vibrant effect. I don't care so much for light fastness, especially in a sketchbook, but I do enjoy really saturated colors. The watercolors are the Kohinoor Brilliant watercolors, and the inks are the Jacques Herbin Éclats watercolor inks that I've been really enjoying lately. The reference pictures are my own. I took them back in April while taking a walk around the ancient Roman ruins in my neighborhood. I really like the light and dark contrasts, which I try to convey. I'm usually not very good at playing with the white of the paper. I tend to cover everything up with paint, and then I'll have to use an opaque white or some crayons for highlights. Also, this week, I came to realize that I've been pronouncing ruins as runes all these years. I'm really sorry about that. I've said it wrong in so many of my videos. The way I found out was rather funny. I came back from Greece on Monday evening this week and went back to work immediately the next morning. I have a colleague from the UK and I was telling him about my trip to Greece and all that in English, of course, because that's our common language. Anyway, I kept saying runes instead of ruins, and he was so confused. In the end, he just said, "Ruins, you mean?" So now I know. By the way, there will be a dedicated video to Greece in the form of a studio vlog, probably, with lots of footages that I took on location. Unlike my trip to Egypt, this time I went on an organized tour on a bus with 41 other people, plus the tour guide and the bus driver. We had a pretty tight schedule. The tour was called The Beauties of Ancient Greece, and it was very much centered on the ancient times, so we mostly visited such places. Every day we had to get up at like 6 a.m., we had breakfast at 7, then we had to check out of the hotel where we were staying because we slept at a different hotel every night because we were constantly on the go, and then we'd get on the bus and leave for our destination of the day. From Budapest we drove south through Serbia and North Macedonia, then around Greece, and then we came all the way back. We were told on the last day that we actually drove around 3,800 kilometers, that's roughly 2,400 miles. The program for each day was fully planned by the travel agency. We didn't have too much free time or too much me time, as we were either traveling to the next destination or sightseeing together all day. And then we would arrive at the next hotel in the evening, have dinner, and then pretty much go to bed because most of us were exhausted, especially towards the end of the trip. To Egypt, I went alone, and most of my trip was fully improvised. I mean, I bought my airline ticket like 4 days before my departure. I had people driving me around and people coming along with me, and friends advising me mostly remotely, but I had pretty much full liberty to plan my days. If I was tired, I simply stayed at the hotel. If I wanted to just vlog or edit or sit down and paint, I had plenty of time to do that. I did not leave Cairo, and I stayed at the same hotel the entire time. And if I wanted to go back to visit the same place a second time, I could do that. For instance, I'm not sure it's evident in my pyramid vlog, but I actually visited the pyramids twice. And I also went twice to the Grand Egyptian Museum and spent several hours there. So technically I saw fewer things. But on the other hand, I had a lot of time to really experience and absorb everything. Now, my trip to Greece was the polar opposite. We had a fully booked 9-day program, and excluding the first and the last days, because those were pretty much just driving through Serbia and North Macedonia, we had about 7 days to see all of ancient Greece and to cover huge distances within the country. It's important that you know, before you go on a trip like this, is that you are going to spend about 70% of the time in transit. And you will have very limited time at each destination, 1 maximum 2 hours before you have to leave. I had roughly 1 hour at Mycenae, about 2 hours at Delphi, about 45 minutes at the Acropolis in Athens. Thermopylae, the hot gates, was about a 15-minute stop. For reference, at the pyramids, I spent about 4 hours the first time, and then I went back a second time. So personally, I struggled with this. I regretted not being able to stay longer at each stop, but that's just the nature of this trip. It's going to give you everything, but it's also going to be super rushed. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of trips like this, but this time I really wanted to visit all the ancient Greek sites. I wanted to see them, experience them, take a bunch of photos to be used as reference pictures, because it's kind of hard to get royalty-free images on places like Delphi or Mycenae, and truth be told, we were so lucky with weather. It was still springtime in Greece. Everything was in bloom, everything looked so fresh and lush and green. The landscapes that we saw were out of this world. The most beautiful spring that I have ever seen. I got to walk in olive groves, I saw the beach. We couldn't swim because it wasn't warm enough yet, but it was beautiful. I walked around ancient Olympia. It was simply beautiful. And I have taken the best pictures ever. Whatever expectations I may have had, they were exceeded by far. I have such a backlog of unpublished videos right now. I filmed several videos before Greece to schedule them while I'm away, but I was so busy on the last days leading up to the trip that I didn't get to edit them. And now I have a lot of material from Greece that I haven't even started working on. So anyway, back to business. I am back now, and I will slowly release everything. I have no idea in what order my next videos will come out. I have a lot of editing to do now. I need to film a studio vlog. I'll try to get it done tomorrow. And meanwhile, I've actually been creating a lot of art lately, both on and off camera, so I'm officially out of my art block. So anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Thank you for watching this to the end. Take care and see you next time. Bye!